Like, gender is not a spectrum. Like, you're either male, female, or neither one. And then expression is a spectrum. For those of you who maybe are just stumbling across this video, please do not go saying gender is a spectrum. That's not true.
So this is what we doing in 2019. Trans people saying that being trans isn't a spectrum in 2019. So all the agender people, you gotta pick one. There is no non-existent gender. All you gender fluid people, all you gender queer people, that's you don't exist. You gotta pick one because it's not a spectrum apparently. Just a disclaimer, this isn't a jab at this dude. I just feel super misrepresented as a non-binary transmasculine person. I feel super misrepresented in the transmasculine community, and I just want to address it. Yeah. I just want to start with the actual definition of what the fuck a spectrum is. And I'm just using basic ass Google searches because I'm a basic ass bitch. The first one is talking about fucking colors and shit. But the second one says that it's used to classify something or suggest that it can be classified in terms of position on a scale between two extreme or opposite points. So there's one point which is male or men, and then there's the second point which is women. Those are opposites, and the spectrum is this through this. Alright, so the definition of gender does say that it's either one of the two sexes, male or female. But it also adds that it's broadly used to denote a range of identities and not just one or two. A range, aka a spectrum of identities that do not correspond with the ideas of male and female. So yeah, gender is male and female, but it's also that in between, which makes it a spectrum. Gender identity, and I think that's where a lot of people get confused with it. Gender is the spectrum, and then your gender identity is your own personal sense of it. So you can't tell someone if they're this gender or this gender if they feel like a strong in between. My gender identity isn't, I can't say I'm a man nor a woman. I feel like my gender expression, and I think that's where people get confused. Gender expression is more of what you do to show what your gender is. But like there's this one YouTuber that identifies as non-binary, and they didn't really go through T or any type of transition or anything other than getting top surgery, and they're like the opposite of me. I need the masculinity. I gear more towards masculinity than I do towards femininity, and just because you lie on a different spectrum and you want to express that than the rest of us, that shouldn't be anyone's issue but yours. I can understand the fear behind it, the fear of people who identify as non-binary and don't have the same type of dysphoria that most trans people who transition have. And they look at them and they're like, you guys are just fucking around. You guys are really fucking dysphoric and fucking hate yourselves. Well, not hate yourselves, but hate your body. And the binary that your body fits into and all that shit. They're gonna think that you're just fucking crazy. I can understand that fear, but it gets to a point where we're policing each other's identities, and we shouldn't be policing people's identities. We should get fucking back to policing the transphobes who won't accept our identities for what it is, and not people who are identifying as something different from you or expressing themselves differently from you. It's fucking stupid. Saying that there's no spectrum it kind of just throws genderqueer people out of the window. Like with genderqueer is just identities that aren't exclusive to male or female, and identities that are outside of that binary in general. And it's like you're saying you have to choose one or the other. I just want to take a second and actually look at the definition of transgender. Um, and it seems like a lot of people just assume that is you're defab, so you're gonna transition to a man, and you're demab, so you're gonna vice versa and shit. And it's not just that. Like, yeah, you're typically designated that binary at birth. For you to be trans, you just have to feel like you can't relate to the binary that you were assigned. But it has to correlate with gender, which is in between male and female. So you can't be like autism gender or fucking astro gender, stardust gender, or whatever the fuck you want to say you are. That's not a thing. You can feel like those we could feel like those things, and I feel like that would be more on a spiritual level than your actual gender and your gender identity. Um, but I'm not one of those people, so I'm not gonna really get into that. It's just my opinion. I don't really, if anyone watching this is one of those genders that's not within the typical spectrum of male and female, please explain to me what the fuck is going on, because, like, are you okay? And okay, I shouldn't say that. I mean, let me know if you're okay or not. I'm willing to listen to you vent if you need to talk about it or something. I mean, okay, I'm so sorry. I try to be a neutral person, but that shit is just weird to me. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that offends anyone. Another thing that I don't know how to feel about, though, is if you need dysphoria to be trans. And going by the definition of transgender, you don't necessarily have to be dysphoric. Because with dysphoria, you feel a strong disconnection with the body that you were born in, and you would prefer to lean more towards the opposite of the spectrum. It fucks you up in the mind sometimes, but with therapy, it's still gonna fuck you up. I don't think you need dysphoria to be trans. I do think you need dysphoria to transition. Actually taking hormones to change your body physically, and yeah. You can just be dysphoric about one part of your body. I'm going to Google. I'm gonna basic bitch Google dysphoria real quick, because I don't want to be one of the motherfuckers that tell my opinion, and my opinion is based on lies. It's based on shit I made up in my brain because it makes sense to me. I fucking hate that. I need to base my opinions on facts, and if my opinion is wrong, if my opinion has been shown to be wrong through facts, it'll be hard for me to accept the truth. I'm not gonna say I'm a perfect person and I'm gonna be willing to accept the truth easily, but I have to eventually make myself accept this truth, because when I spout my opinions, I want to be right. First, the person that made the flag is Monica Helms, and she describes it as blue for the traditional boys color, pink for the traditional girls color, and The middle is white for those who are intersex, transitioning, considering themselves having a neutral or undefined gender. So you don't even have to transition for you to be trans. You just have to consider yourself to not fit within that binary, which it includes genderqueer people and non-binary people and that spectrum. But yeah, even within like the flag, it obviously includes these people. Um, and I guess when they say undefined, I guess you can define it however you feel you should, but I still think those fucking other genders that go outside of male and female is fucking weird to me. I don't know. Like I said, explain it to me so I can learn something new. It is what it is. I mean, people need to find their own identity because this is your one and only life. At least that's what I believe. This is your one and only life, and it's yours, and you should be able to choose what you do with it as long as it's not harming another person's life. Let people find their own fucking identities, and that's it. And you find yours. And I fully understand the fear in that, though. The fear of some fucking cisgendered asshole that doesn't want to do any real research is gonna look on the internet and find fucking astro gendered motherfuckers, and they're gonna be like, y'all niggas is crazy. and that's it. And I understand, and they're not gonna look in the perspective of people who really truly suffer from dysphoria and being fucking murdered for being who they fucking are. And my lips are dry as fuck. Hold up. Okay. So, god damn, that feels refreshing as fuck. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. That's all I wanted to say. Just because as a non-binary person, I feel super misrepresented. And I am not ever going to transition ever. This is something that I've been thinking on for years, and I wanted. So many people who do it differently, and it's because gender is a spectrum. And that's okay. You should be able to do whatever you want to do. Okay, bye, and I will see you all later. Thank you for watching. I'm not going to put an end card on here this time. You're probably going to get the picture of Grizz and some music.